Hey, I never do this. I'm actually going to video myself, and I'm wearing a dirty shirt, and my hair is dirty. I have bathed, but I have not shampooed. Let me turn the TV off. I got the TV on, and it's really loud, and it's cutting into the sound. I'm watching American Viscountess while I cook dinner. And I was just thinking, I just looked in the dining room, and I have this ring light set up that Erin, my niece, gave me, I think Christmas before last, and I think I've used it 3 times. Sorry about that. Doesn't mean I don't appreciate the gift, but I thought to myself, I have not filmed cooking dinner in a long time, and let's do it. I cooked something over the weekend, and it was a bust. There was one part of it that was good, and it's something that I'm never going to not do again. From now on, I am always going to mix my ground beef with either breakfast sausage or Italian sausage. It was so good. And whenever I make pastas, I make more meat sauce than pasta because I need the protein more than I need the pasta. So this is super, super simple. I'm not doing a whole ton of ingredients, but I always put onion in because I just love onion. And it's just one more. Look at that honking knife. I got this for Erin for Christmas 2 years ago. I think I use it more than she does. I gave it to a couple other people too. I think I gave Julie one. But I bought this off of TikTok. There's some creator on there that he'll go in the wilderness and fish and hunt, and then he'll cook right there on the edge of the water, whatever he's fished, and he'll like cook it on a rock or something like that. Anyway, this is the knife that he uses, and I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. I recorded a video earlier today that was a video message to my friend Kevin. If you don't know my friend Kevin, he's a pen pal I've had, I think, more than 30 years. And I've met up with him in England a few times, several times actually. And we're planning to see each other in April of this year. Today's January the 2nd, 2024. Happy New Year. Speaking of Kevin, man, look at that knife. It is awesome. I love this knife. And I have a Pampered Chef chopper that's really good too, but sometimes it's just as quick just to sit there and give a rough chop, because I love onions. So I wish I had some red wine to saute this with, but I like it because it kind of bulks up the sauce. But boy, I am just all over the place today. So I even recorded a video earlier today, a message to Kevin, because I got a postcard in the mail from him, and so I thought I'm just going to send him a real quick video message showing him that I got his postcard and thanking him, and then do like a walkthrough of the house, because he's never been here before, and I thought, well, maybe he'd like to see what it's like to live in Texas. I don't know, whatever. So it was like a 15-minute video. I went around showing him stuff, and went to upload it, and it was going slow, and I didn't realize it hadn't uploaded yet. And I deleted it out of my folder. See, sometimes it pains me how dumb I can be. So anyway, that was on my mind, and I have a brand new pot. Love this pot. It replaces one that I had just like it. I've always loved this extra big skillet that's super deep. Always loved this. This is like the 3rd one I've had in my life. And the other one I still have. I just literally need to use it again and then throw it away. But anyway, I always put down some Pam, and then I throw in some olive oil. Thank you, Julie. I tell you, half of everything I lay my hands on, my friend Julie gave me. But I always throw some olive oil in there just because it's good. And I'm going to start sauteing up these onions once it gets a little bit hotter. And I'm trying to remember everything I put in the pot with salt and pepper. I don't salt my food. You see that? Sorry about that. I have a thing about salt. It's a complex in my brain. And that's why I have a sodium deficiency, and I suffer with leg cramps. So I had to get lots of water and potassium and magnesium to help alleviate the leg cramps. But I try to salt stuff, and because I'm cooking this for me and my niece, I'm going to be very sure to salt it. But anyway, I could use salt in my diet. I could use it because I rarely salt my food. And I feel so bad. I had a group of people over once, many years ago, and I try my best to be a good hostess. And I tell you, I was horrified when I looked up and one of my guests was going through my cabinets. And I'm like, do you need something? And she's like, I'm looking for the salt. And I was just mortified that I forgot to have salt for my guests. So I didn't even own a salt shaker. So I had all these guests over, and I was going around with the big Morton carton of salt. So anyway, I was embarrassed. I felt so bad because I try to do right. You know, try to do right. You hear Roxy running around. What are you doing? She's scratching in her collar, going crazy. Let me get some more water. Let me get some more water. Seems like the last several days I've been involved in the same conversation with several people. Everybody's asking, what's the big deal of those big Stanley cups? I understand. I don't understand. People says, oh, it'll keep your ice frozen and cold for 3 days. And I'm like, yes, I like drinking 32 ounces of water, but I drink more than that in 3 days. So I don't care for a glass to keep my stuff warm. I like ice. I like, oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. I like ice cold stuff, but I drink so much water that I'm constantly refilling it. So it serves no purpose to me to have a container that will keep my ice frozen solid for 3 days, because every 4 hours I'm cycling through that and filling it up again with more water. Now, on the other hand, I do understand the need if it's going to keep something hot, because I love coffee, but I'm not drinking 2 and 3 cups every day. I'm drinking maybe 1 cup every other day. I have been drinking more than I normally do. But it's either coffee or iced coffee or cold brew or something like that. Now, I'm only having 1 a day. So, yes, I do understand needing a container that's going to keep it super hot for several hours. Because my problem is I get busy working, or I walk away from my coffee cup and I forget about it. So, who likes cold coffee? And it never tastes the same when you reheat it. So, yeah. Oopsie. Brand new. Second time I've ever used it. I've been looking for this for months. Months I've been looking for this. Where did I just find it? I just found it somewhere. Maybe Walmart. But I've been looking for this everywhere. But, yes, I do see the need for a cup that can keep your drink hot for hours. And speaking of, I just keep on going on about this. My sister, for Christmas, gave me one of those, it's a toaster that plugs in and you set your coffee cup on and it keeps it hot. Woo, does that keep it hot? I love it. It has settings where it's low, medium, and hot. And I keep it on low. I think low is 130 degrees. I keep it on low and it keeps it hot. I mean hot. It also has settings where you can set it to stay on for 2, 4, 6, or 12 hours. And I'll keep it on for 2 to 4 hours, and it is great. I really love it. Y'all forgot to remind me. Remember I said I was going to be seasoning everything I put in the pot? You're slacking. Okay, there's the salt. There's the pepper. And I also want to add to this some garlic. Have y'all had garlic before? Garlic. Garlic in a jar. Don't hate. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. I need to restock my plastic forks. Good thing Walmart's delivering some later. Just a big old scoop of it. Nothing exactly weird. Hey, Roxy, what are you doing? Are you helping me cook? That is a sweet doggy. That is a sweet doggy helping me cook. What a sweet girl. Poor Roxy. I hurt her accidentally today. I mean, not bad, but she was napping, and I was petting on her and checking her, making sure she wasn't hot, wasn't too cold. And her little jumper she was wearing, it seemed like it was cutting tight into her armpit. So I just slipped it off of her. You know how when you pull something off of a kid, they bring their hands up and it comes up over the head? Well, she did that, and then she came down, and her big old nose hit the wall. Oh, I felt so bad. It's kind of like when you put a kid in the car seat, in the back seat of the car, and you slam their head on the car door. I felt really bad. She didn't holler or nothing like that. She didn't act like it hurt her, but I felt bad. I swear, poor doggy. She just goes through so much. She just goes through so much. So the only other thing I'm going to put with this is some rosemary. And I'm completely out of fresh. Y'all know my sister is the gardener, and she grew lots of rosemary. And I tell you what, I used every bit of it. So this is just super basic. You see there's like 5 ingredients: salt, pepper, sausage, beef, garlic, onions, and I'm just using regular old jarred sauce, no biggie. Once that's cooked really good, I'll add it to it. I asked my niece, I'm like, what do you want? Do you want spaghetti or do you want penne? And she asked for penne. I really don't have a whole lot, but that's fine. We don't need a whole lot. So I'm going to have double the meat sauce that is needed for this pasta, which is fine because, like I said earlier, I'd rather eat more meat sauce than pasta. And then I'll have some meat sauce left over that I can use, that I can freeze and use another time, maybe with that leftover spaghetti. Or just what I could do whatever with it. This weekend, I made kind of a manicotti. And it was a TikTok recipe, and I won't ever do that. The only thing that I will repeat is this, the mixing of ground beef with the Italian sausage. That's the only thing I will do again. But the recipe called for it to be cooked in a crock pot. I would not do that. I didn't do that. I do not like pasta cooked in a crock pot. You can't tell me otherwise. It's just bleh. And that's what happened to this recipe. It was kind of cool because it told you to get the manicotti tubes and to stuff each one with the string cheese, which was awesome because you did that instead of mixing up the ricotta and the parsley and the parmesan and all that. So I thought, well, that'll be kind of easy. It was easy, but I didn't like how the noodles, and I baked it in the oven, but I didn't like how the noodles tasted. It was too little squeamish. I didn't like it. I wound up eating one serving of the manicotti, and then the next day when I had another serving, I just ate the meat sauce because it was just too slimy for me. I did not like it. If I ever do that again, I'll do what I'm supposed to do. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a pot to cook the penne in. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that down, and fill my pot up with water and get that pasta going. It has been a busy day. I just told 2 girlfriends, we were talking on text chat. It was 5:15 p.m. She texted, she said her day was so bad, she's already had her bath and she's in bed. She had a hard day. It was her first day back after being off work, like, I think 2 weeks for the holiday. She was off. You know how at the end of the year, you got to take care of all that use or lose. Well, she did. And today was her first day back, and it was traumatic. The other girl, she had a hard day starting at 5 a.m. She was on her Peloton, is that how you say it? And then she worked a full day. And now she's got to go do her volunteer fire department stuff. So, yeah, I told them I had one of those days. Not as bad as theirs. I had a full work day. And if you know, you know. On top of that, it was the day that I had groceries delivered. So on top of that, me and my sister split the cost of a lady that comes every 2 weeks. We're not rich, so she don't come every week, but she comes every 2 weeks and she kind of surface cleans. So when she's over at my sister's house, my sister comes over here to get out of her way. So, so I was working, dealing with my sister, coordinating the housekeeper, and at the same time had groceries delivered. And this is almost done, and I'm going to throw this in there. And also at the same time, lastly, I've got a Walmart order coming. I'm telling you, after work, I start work at 7:15 every day. And when we're done at 4:30 or so, today we ended at 5:10. My mind is just fried. Thank God for shipped grocery delivery. Because I used to deliver for them, I'm still considered a ship shopper. So I get that for free. Only thing I'm charged is the slight uptick in price for each item, but I'm not paying delivery fee. And so the only difference is a little. I'm telling you, it's like a cent for every item, and then the tip. And I gladly tip that shopper because it is just it's like life saving having her do that for me. It's wonderful. So I mean, after the stressful job at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is go down to the grocery store and deal with that. Uh-oh. What you doing? Are you back? Are you back to help again? Shaking this up before I dump it in. I guess this is pretty much well done enough that I can add the pasta sauce. And it should be enough. If it's not enough, I think I'll add a can of tomatoes. I think I'll do that. I'm going to add just a little bit of water, not a lot, just to get the rest of the sauce out of here. Because this is so nice, yes? Roxy will shake this up. Just like that. That's how you would do it, huh? She's such a good doggy. Let's see. Let me throw that away. That water is going to get ready to boil, so this will be done any time now. Yeah, that's not enough pasta sauce because I did do double the amount of protein in there. So instead of adding just a can of tomato sauce, I'll add this because it'll chunk it up a little bit more vegetables at the same time. I'm one of those people that I like this. I have never liked an electric can opener. To me, they just don't work right. I don't think it's a control freak thing, but I like to put it on here and do it myself. You can get a good grip, get it done. I just prefer it. So don't come at me because you don't like my can opener. Everybody remain calm. So, like I was saying earlier, my trip to England's coming up in April. Very excited. This is my first trip in a plane since before the pandemic. So I'm so excited. I'm so ready. We've got a day planned with my friend Kevin. He's going to meet us at our hotel, which I'm staying in the same area that I usually do. And we're going to me, Kevin, my niece, and my cousin Sherry, she's going with us. Then we're going to go to Kew Palace, K-E-W, Kew Palace. We're going to spend the day there, and on the way back, we're going to go by this memorial garden that an ancestor of Kevin has a memorial in, and she's buried at. Kevin has a pretty famous ancestor, Alice Ayers, who is known as a hero, and in I think it was the late 1800s or the early 1900s. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I'm sorry, Kevin. But she was witnessed by many, many people throwing her nieces and nephews out of a burning building. And so there's a church nearby where there was a memorial service for her, and she was in all the newspapers as a big hero. So he and his mom goes out there pretty regularly and cleans the memorial and, checks it out. So we're going to go see that as well. That's kind of exciting. But also the Sunday that we're there, we're going to go see my friend Hind and her husband Tim, who is a priest, and their daughter Leva.
and their brand new son, Irenaeus. I'm sorry, I think I'm saying that right. Irenaeus or Irenaeus. And we're going to go to Mass with them, and then we're going to go have a Sunday roast at the local pub. So looking forward to that. We've got other things like a day trip to Blenheim Palace. And we're going in the off season, which I love because it's cool weather. It's not as crowded. However, you do have to tweak it because not everything's open. There's a lot of events and venues that are only open during the summer, and a lot of things are shut down during the cold. So, like, we're not going to get to go to Althorp. We're not going to get to go to. I've never been to Highclere. I kind of wanted to. I never wanted to go to Buckingham Palace. I've stood outside it, but I've never really wanted to go inside. Well, we were going to, but it's closed. So we're doing the things we want to do and the things that we can't do. We're just finding alternative stuff, so no biggie. That Himalayan salt is pink in there. So this is where I am. This is what it's going to be tonight, Tuesday night, and that's all I got for you. Thanks for listening.